Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It is June 24th, 2023, and it is a Saturday morning. Let's talk about it. So, FFIE, Faraday Future, we had that big hit Friday before yesterday. And, of course, it's been like a very meh type of week, right? We saw some sell-offs. We saw some consolidation. It's just that we got hit with all of that news in one time, and it kind of plummeted the stock. But when I look at it, yes, the week we were down by 20%. That's huge. That is significant. But when you look at the month, we are actually up 4.7% on the month. So if you go back to May 24th, a month ago, we were at 21.3 cents, somewhere around there, right? I mean, if that's any kind of a consolation, we are actually, if you're looking at the month, we are actually going up. Because of such a great start to June, we were understandably excited about the growth of the stock. And we didn't know what was going on, behind closed doors with Faraday. And I'm not saying that this is something that has completely destroyed the whole stock and completely destroyed the potential of making lots of money on this. It's a delay. And I said that before. It's a delay. It's an inconvenience because for some of us who want to do swing trades, maybe if you want to keep it in there for a couple of months, or you want to get a certain percentage or a certain amount of profit and you want to move on to another play. For some of us, we're trapped in this play. So if you have your money in this, you're not going to sell at a loss. You're going to hold. And now the money that you could have made by just selling earlier, or if you would have made the profit earlier, you would have been able to use that into other plays. And now sometimes especially when you have like limited amount of money in there, you see other plays and you're like, man, I wish I had the money to put into that play because it's going up. It's a good investment. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in this one. So that all goes into that whole idea of managing your money and what you put into a specific play. You have to understand that you can lose it all. That's the possibility. But you don't just throw your money into anything, right? So anyway, we've been pushed back. This is what the news did for us. I've been thinking about it, and for Faraday Future, for their company, they did something that was going to cause temporary pain, and I think this is definitely going to buy them some more time. I don't know what earnings is going to look for them in August, and before we know it, August will be here because we're coming up on July. Just in another, less than a week? In less than a week from today, it will be July 1st. So we're coming up to the end of the third quarter. And so anyway, I don't know what that's going to look like, but that will also coincide with their second phase of deliveries, which was pushed back from June 6th. Remember, it was supposed to be June 6th. They pushed it back. So those might be some significant catalysts at that point. Who knows where we're going to be with the reverse split situation? There's a lot of stuff right now up in the air. However, like I said videos before, I'm still riding with it. I don't know if people sold out of it, but I'm still riding. I understand people were disappointed. I was disappointed just like you were. I just had to kind of think about what were they doing. So honestly, I think long term will be good. And when I say long term, I'm giving ourselves a frame of about a few months. So let's see what we look like after earnings. Let's see what we look like after third quarter earnings in August. And if they can go through with their second phase of deliveries again. I think they probably made this decision not in a nefarious way, and that's just my opinion. I don't think that they made it in a nefarious way where they were like, look, we're going to get them I think they were probably sweating behind the scenes a little bit, because they said, listen, if we get the opportunity to grab $300 million, let's do it. Let's not spill out all of this, these different pieces of news over time. Let's hit them boom at one time, instead of putting out, the share offering 1 week, and then a couple of weeks the reverse split information, and then a couple of weeks the delay information about the deliveries. I think they said, listen, we're gonna grind our teeth right now, we're gonna cringe, but we're gonna throw all of this news out at once. Yes, it did shake off some people. Yes, it did have people sell off to a certain extent. I know people who sold their shares in this. I get it. Listen, you got to do what's best for you, right? You got to do what's best for you. Initially, I wanted this to be the journey to $1 and beyond, right? But the reverse split possibility kind of changes the whole dynamic. But what I said in my very first video that I ever spoke about Faraday Future, I looked at this company, I saw the potential, and I saw that it shouldn't be a penny stock. It doesn't have to be the greatest company. It just has to be a functioning company, and that first step is a hell of a hard step to get through. Ask Tesla. These large companies, a lot of them, they have a story. All of these companies have a story. Most of them don't have the story that they just had this meteoric rise and they became so prominent. All of them went through these trials. All of them went through all of these different situations, these getting knocked down and all of that stuff. You can choose to live and die with this stock, as I am, or you can choose and say, let me wait until they're a viable company. Either way, whatever's best for you. Guys, this is a Saturday morning drive on my way to work, as usual. Working on the weekend like usual. I hope you guys are having a tremendous day, and I hope you have a tremendous weekend. I'll see you on the next video.